I can't say what precipitated it. They said it was an after-hour joint down the street that was raided that started it. It was a hot summer night. The police mentality at that time probably started it because people were just tired of the police roughshod them.
It was rebellion, but it could have been organized.
And that was right, because that was during the period where you had riots in all the big major cities.
Yeah.
And like Tom said, you had people from out of town.
Yeah.
And you had organized people would go from city to city to start things.
Yeah, and then they leave.
Because the average person that lived and raised in Detroit had a job if they wanted one.
Right. Oh, yeah.
So it wasn't because of economic.
At that point, still normal police officers. I mean, in other words, there were no hard feelings between us at that time, even though we had been trying to be intimidated or we have been, how should I say, criticized or talked about. We still were police officers.
Mm-hmm.
Until that day, Mac Douglas and myself drove up to the station and saw all of these people inside the police garage. It was hot. Children were crying. They were hungry. No water. It was hot. So Mac and I questioned. He said, "I wonder why they got them like that, like animals in a pen." And it seemed as though the policemen kept bringing them in. It didn't matter to them. Like, this is what they desired. This.
Yeah,
It's like they got satisfaction out of this here. So after we began to talk about it, we had off-duty roll call, and we were confronted by some Caucasian officers about our remarks. They didn't like our remarks, and we didn't like their remarks. So we decided, saying, "Look, I told you what we should do. We can go upstairs behind the station and have a shootout." I said, "Let's go." And we all ran upstairs. About 4 or 5 black officers. And I don't know how many Caucasian officers were, but it's more than 4 or 5. And we were standing behind the garage, like OK Corral stands. Somebody said at the count of 3, draw. Somebody began to count, and the lieutenant looked out there and saw what was going on. He came out and said, oh no, holding his hands up, stop it. And brought us inside, and we had to listen to his argument why we should not do this here, how we all were the same. Well, we know that was a bunch of BS, because what he was doing to people on what's the name, we didn't like. And we told them, don't bother any more of these black people, because if you do, you better have one of us with you or a sergeant. Just don't pick one up on your own. That really got them heavy. That means they were really upset, because we did not like what was going on, and we knew that they were keeping us in this station for a reason. Things got so bad they had to bring a black sergeant and a black lieutenant in to keep us under control, because we were ready to explode any minute.
And the riots were still, they were over, but you still had
the bad feelings.
Still had the bad feelings. The neighborhood was still burnt, and I assumed when I became a police officer that the racism, which didn't cross my mind until you got here. And when you got here, it was so prevalent. You couldn't believe people would treat you that way. I was in the Navy. I didn't experience that much when I was in the Navy. Think about race. We just did police work.
Yeah,
and the racism came in on the people we worked with.
Yeah.
And that's what was so astonishing. You just couldn't help but just, what the hell, But